Staff at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort staging a march and protest this morning. Lloyd Allen is live with the details. Good morning, Lloyd.
Well, good morning, Ladon. Good morning, Bahamas. This morning we're here at the intersection of Church and East Bay Street, where a protest is set to get started at about 8:30 by Operation Sovereign Bahamas. That group is led by its managing director, Adrian Gibson, who's here with us this morning. Francis, who's talking to us this morning about why this protest was planned in the first place. Good morning, Mr. Francis.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I'm Lloyd Allen. First of all, we've decided, man, that based on the law that was changed by the competent authority, after 12 weeks, these persons in Atlantis, they are supposed to be made redundant. Nevertheless, the competent authority would have decided to hold to the investor rather than the people. They seem to acquiesce to the wishes of the investors in this country, whether it's Bahama, whether it's Atlantis, and whether it's all the people in Ocean Club and all the other places. These persons have the right to decide what their future is. Atlantis can make one or two decisions. They can either open the hotel or they can pay the people their redundancies. But the government of the Bahamas made the decision to change in the Employment Act to cause where these persons are supposed to be made redundant. We're not mad with Brookfield. We're not mad with Bahama. We're not mad with anybody. These persons just want the government of the Bahamas to follow the law. You can't change the law at your whim and destroy the Bahamian people. There are people who've come through Operation Sovereign Bahamas who've lost their homes. They're being evicted. Persons to come who landlords have taken off the doors. They have no food. And now the government has decided to drop the $150 to the $100. There is no survival in this. We know and understand to be very critical times. That's not the issue. It's whether or not the competent authority can change the law at his whim. It's whether or not the government of Bahamas can do as they please at the behest of the Bahamian people. There are all kinds of mockery going on. There's no way on earth any company could decide to hold the people hostage for a year without giving them some kind of understanding of what's going to happen. I know the government is negotiating with Atlantis and with Bahama and with everybody else. The bottom line is the Bahamian people deserve better, and that's why we're here today.
Now, Mr. Francis, of course, today your protest is going to be traversing throughout this area. Where do you plan to take this protest?
The interesting thing is, of course, the police is here. They blocked the bridge, and they're telling me that we cannot get any permission to go over the bridge. And so they've decided to block the bridge. And what they've done is, you can see behind us, there are scores of police officers and police cars, and we do this often. When we believe that there's injustice in the country, we do this. We don't do this because we know and understand the police have their job to do. But the bottom line is, the Bahamian people also have a right to speak out against the ills that are happening in our country. We're going to re-strategize, and in the strategy that we're preparing for now, we're going to ensure that a message is actually sent that what is happening to the Bahamian people is not right.
Now, speaking about those many hotel workers who have been affected, also with us this morning is Joy Thompson. She's a 13-year veteran from Atlantis. She formerly worked in the housekeeping department, but has been furloughed since March. And she says she's experienced a number of challenges since then.
Hi, good evening, morning, everybody. Yes, like he said, I've been with the company for 13 years, faithful, and I've been sent home since March 23rd with nothing. I'm a single mom. I have kids to feed. I have bills to pay. I have rent that is due. And I think it is very, very, very sad for a company and a government to come together and make a decision on my behalf without even consulting me. You know what it is to be home, without an income, putting in all those years with a company that signs off on me, that treats me like, hey, I'm going to get back to you when I get back to you. No, it's time for Atlantis and the government to hear me. My landlord got to hear me. BPL got to hear me. I need Wi-Fi now because we're doing online schooling. All of those institutions has to hear me. So the government and Atlantis needs to hear from me. I have no plans of going back to Atlantis. My face is shown. It doesn't matter. I have no plans to go back. But I am not going to just give it back. I'm not giving back my time. Make me redundant. Thank you.
And so, of course, like Ms. Thompson, many workers are out here today saying that they're uncomfortable being placed in that furlough seat and need some clarity as they feel as if they've been placed in limbo for several months. Of course, ZNS News will continue to follow this story as it develops throughout the day and in the weeks to come. Reporting this morning from the area of East Bay Street and Church Street for the morning edition, Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.